Hello friends, this is Abhishek Tibrewal and you are watching our YouTube channel Diksha the Right Education. Okay guys, all class 10 students, this is a very important announcement for you all, those who have appeared for ICSE exams 2020. All the students who have appeared for ICSE exams 2020 is worried about the marking scheme of the remaining papers which could not be taken due to the COVID-19 situation. Relating to this, CICSE has given out the marking scheme. They have given out the formula how they will be marking the remaining papers for which exams could not be taken. I will take you to the notification and read the notification so that you can understand how they are going to mark you for the remaining papers. They have come up with a fair way of marking you. Let's come to the point. Let's see. I'm just showing you the notification. Let's come to the notification, guys. You can see CICSE formulae ICSE. This is the scheme for ICSE. Now, marks imputation. I'm going thoroughly through the notification to explain you the things. Marks imputation formulae for the remaining ICSE year 2020 examination have been devised by reputed statistician from premier institution in the country. Means this formulae has been derived by reputed statistician of the country. CICSE, the council has taken the help of reputed statistician for the purpose of devising this formula. Now, guys and girls, factors used in the computation. What factors they will be seeing for giving the marks? In the remaining papers. Let's understand. Factors used. Number one, average of a candidate, best 3 papers marked in the board examination. So you will be taken, the exam has been taken for some papers, you will be marked in those papers and the average of best 3 papers will be taken. Average of best 3 papers. Supposingly in 4 papers you have scored 1, in one you scored 80 and the other you scored 100 and the third one you scored 90 and the fourth one say supposingly you scored 70. So best 3 marks will be taken for the purpose of average. So average of the candidates best 3 papers marks in the board exam, and they have termed this as A. This is A. The average of best 3 percentage marks obtained from the papers the candidate has appeared in the board examination. Best 3 papers. Okay. Subject internal assessment. Total marks obtained by the candidate in the internal assessment of the papers. Now, third point is percentage subject internal assessment. They will calculate percentage of internal assessment. They will not take the marks directly, rather they will take the percentage subject of internal assessment, which they are terming it as B. Percentage of marks obtained by the candidate in the internal assessment of the paper. Note that it is the marks obtained for internal assessment expressed as a percentage, right? Whatever you have scored in your internal assessment in that paper will be expressed as a percentage. Now, what is the logic behind this? What is the rationale? How did they devise this? The component used to, first rationale is the component used to arrive at the formula to avoid the marks in the remaining papers which have an internal assessment component is limited to the internal assessment marks in the papers, and the performance of the candidate in the board examination in the papers that they have already appeared for so far. See what they are saying. The component used to arrive at the formula to award the marks in the papers which have an internal assessment component is limited to the internal assessment marks in the paper. It is just limited to the internal assessment marks paper, and the performance of the candidate in the board examination in the papers they have already appeared so far measured through their average marks obtained in the best three papers. This first one will give your proficiency in the subject. Internal assessment will tell how proficient you are in the subject, while the former measures the subject proficiency of the candidates. Means the internal assessment marks in that paper is just going to tell about the knowledge of yours in that paper, and the letter, the average of the board marks, the average of the best three papers is just going to tell us about the general academic ability. The letter is a measure of the general academic ability. It means how well you are going to do in the boards can be devised from those three papers. If the average is good, we can understand the rest of the papers you will be performing good. And internal assessment marks will tell us about the proficiency, means CICSE. Will tell CICC about the proficiency of the candidate in the subject. So fair enough, means in order to find out subject efficiency or subject proficiency, they are using internal assessment marks, and for your general ability, for general academic ability, they are using best of the three averages. Second, the marks awarded to the candidate. Now, the marks which will be awarded to you in the remaining papers are taken as a weighted average of these two components, the above two component which has been mentioned in point number 1. Okay, so it will be the weighted average of point number 1, the internal assessment marks and the average of best three subjects. Third comes to arrive at the weight. How the board will use the weight, what weight they give to the internal assessment, what weight they will give to the internal assessment, and what weight they will give to the average of the best three. Now, to arrive at the weight, detailed analysis they have done. Detailed analysis were performed on the data from the past board examination from the year 2015 to 2019. Now, they have statistically viewed the performance of the student in 2005, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19, and they have also seen, as well as they have seen for the year 2020 board examination. Okay, extensive scenario analysis were done. They have done it on an extensive basis on different papers, Most importantly, the weights were so chosen to ensure fairness to all the candidates appearing in the board examination this year to the best possible extent. They have tried their best to be fair enough to the students, and they have analyzed the papers, the different papers 2015, from 2015 to 2019. Now, algorithm to be used. For pending examination having component of internal assessment, you have some pending examinations such as geography, biology, economics, Hindi and group 3 papers in which you have internal assessments. Okay, in which you have internal assessments. So for pending examinations having components of internal assessment, geography, biology, economics, Hindi, group 3 papers, A, obtain the paper board marks percentage of marks obtained by algorithm which may be awarded to the candidate for the board examination in the paper by paper board marks percentage is equal to 0.7 of A and 0.3 of B. We have gone for A and we have gone for B. What was point A? Taking back to you to the thing, this was A. Average of candidate best 3 papers in the board exam, and B was percentage in the internal assessment in that subject. So they will take a weight of 0.7 of board exams average of 3 plus 0.3 of internal assessment subject, percentage of internal assessment subject. So determine the board marks for the paper Board marks will be determined in this way. ठीक है, paper board marks percentage we have got 0.7 of A and 0.3 of B. Now determine the board marks for paper. Paper board marks will be determined in the rate paper board marks percentage into weightage for board marks. Now for Hindi, geography, biology and economics, the board marks are 80. ठीक है, the board marks are out of 80 and hence the weightage of the board marks should be taken at 0.8. Since you have projects of 20 marks, writing paper is 80, out of total 100, board marks percentage is 80, so 0.8 is the required weight. For group 3 papers with internal assessment, the board marks are out of 100. So group 3 papers, board marks are out of 100, so weight will be equal to 1. Weight will be equal to 1. For art 4, use the paper board marks and calculate the marks for the paper as the final marks. Okay? Paper board marks, use the paper board marks and calculate the marks for the paper as the final marks. For all other papers with internal assessment component, obtain the final marks as this: paper board marks into paper plus paper internal assessment plus paper internal assessment. By adding to this, we will get the paper final marks. We'll get the paper final marks. Okay, there has been some illustration also. We will see to this and you will understand. Okay, let us understand. For candidates who have appeared in 3 papers, those who have appeared in 3 papers, average of the best 2 will be taken. Say supposingly somebody has appeared in 3 papers. So how can there be best of 3? So they will take the average of best 2. And for the candidates who have appeared for 2 papers, there may be some students who have appeared for 2 papers. In that case, they will take the average, means they will take the best one of the 2. They will take the better one. For the candidate who has appeared for the paper and that too only 1 paper, that paper will be considered. Those who have appeared for just 1 paper, that paper will be considered. To compute any average, convert all marks to percentage score. Any average will be computed on percentages basis. All marks should be converted to percentages. For candidates who were registered to appear for improvement of marks, many of you give exams to improve your marks in the boards, but have not been able to appear for any paper. They haven't appeared for any paper. The board percentage marks should be obtained by replacing A in the formula in given 1A by the previously obtained percentage marks in the last board paper of that subjects taken by them. Now they will be used by their last board exams marks. Okay, is it okay? Now let's understand. They have given the example to make you understand about the marking scheme, and the example has been explained in a very nice manner. Let's see example 1. Example 1. Okay, for a paper with 20% marks allocated for internal marks and 80% for external marks, say geography, biology, economics and Hindi, where 20 marks is on project or internal assessment and 80% is writing. Okay, so suppose for a candidate the average marks of the board 3 board papers is 75 out of 80. 75 out of 80. Okay, is it okay? He has scored 75 out of 80. Internal assessment is 19 out of 20. 19 out of 20. Okay, so first we have to change this in percentage. This will be changed in percentage. This as well will be changed in percentage. Okay, so they are doing this 75 by 80 into 100. These have been changed into percentage. 19 by 20 into 100 change into percentage. 0.7, as they have told you, they will take 0.7 of A. This is A. 0.7 of A, this is A, this is B. 0.3 of B. And predicted board percentage in the paper will be 94.125. According to the given formula, you have a prediction percentage of board marks in the paper at 94.125. Now 94.125 into 0.8 is predicted board marks in the paper, plus 19 is your internal assessment, so you get 94.3. You get 94.3. You get 94.3. I hope you have understood this. They have converted this 75 marks which you have scored as an average marks out of 80 into percentage and multiplied by 0.7. Similarly, 19 has been converted into a percentage and weight of 0.3 has been taken, and your board predicted percentage board marks in the paper is 94.125. So 94.125 is given a weight of 0.8 because you have a 80 marks paper. Writing paper is 80 marks and 20% is internal assessment. So on this you have been given a weight of 0.8, and the marks which you scored in your internal assessment added with that gives you final marks in your paper. Give final marks in your paper. I hope you have been understanding the example 1. Now we get to go to example 2. Now example 2. For a paper with 20% marks allocated for internal marks and 80% for external, say geography, biology, economics and Hindi, say a student scores 60 out of 80, that is A, and 17 out of 20, that is B. So again, this 60 by 80 into 100 has been converted into percentage, 60 by 80 into 100, and 17 by 20 into 100. A 0.7 weight has been given to A and a 0.3 weight has been given to B, and predicted percentage in board comes to 78 in that paper. 78 has been given a weight of 0.8. So 78 into 0.8 is 62.4. Added with your internal assessment marks 17, you get 79.4. Same as above. Same as above. Now we are moving to example 3. Example 3. For a paper with 20% marks allocated for internal marks and 80% for external, say geography, biology, economics and Hindi, say a student have scored 40 out of 80. Now this will be converted as a percentage. This is A, and 15 out of 20 in 15 out of 20 15 out of 20 in internal assessment. So this 40 has been converted into percentage. 40 by 80 into 100 and 15 by 20 into 100 is converted into a percentage. 0.7 weight for board average marks and 0.3 weight for internal subject marks. Now this comes to 57.5 as a predicted percentage in board in that paper. Now this 57.5 will be multiplied by 0.8, the required weight, and internal assessment marks 15 will be added with that, and you got a mark of 61 as final marks in that paper. I hope you have understood example 3. It is same as 1 and 2. Now for a student with 100% marks allocated for internal marks and 100% for external marks. Now there are few papers where 100% marks is given for internals and 100% marks is given for externals, say physical education, computer application, economic application, commercial applications, others, all group 3 papers. So if a student have scored 70 out of 80, best average, okay, means 87.5. 87.5 is percentage and 100 out of 100 in internal assessment. So in that case 0.7 of 87.5 and 0.3 of 100 into 1, same way they are doing. So you scored 91.25 as a prediction in that paper in the board marks. Now predicted board marks will be 1. Here 1 will be taken as a weight, 91.25, and now average will be done, 91.25 plus 100 by 2 to get the marks, final marks in the paper, to get the final marks in the paper. Okay, to get the final marks in the paper. So guys, I hope you have understood this. Let me explain you this once again so that you can, those paper which is a 100 marks paper for you, you have to take the average of both internal assessment marks and predicted marks. So they have calculated percentage of the marks obtained. Now 70 out of 80 best 3 average of best 3 subjects, they have converted into percentage form. You have scored 100 out of 100 in internal assessment, so percentage is 100. So 0.7 of 87.5 and 0.3 of 100. So 91.25 is the predicted percentage board marks in the paper. Now weight has been taken as 1 for this, 91.25 into 1. Now 91.25 you have a predicted board marks in the paper plus 100 in the internal assessment, divided by 2. Divided by 2, you get the marks which you are going to get in your final marks in the paper. So with this you have understood regarding the marking scheme. So I hope guys you have understood the marking scheme which has been given by CICSE, the council. They have been fair enough on marking patterns. So I will wish you all the best for your upcoming results, which will be declared within 15th of July by the boards. Wish you all the very best. I hope you have understood the entire thing which we have explained you in the video. Thank you very much.